Everyone, and welcome to Let's Talk Safe Money. I'm your host, Paul Gebhard, with our very special guest today, Mr. Lynn Strickler of LS Financial. Welcome back, Lynn.
Good to see you again, Paul.
Buddy, it's good to see you. Always good to see that.
We have a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah, we do, you know.
Life's too short, not
life. Exactly. And you know what? Folks should be having fun out there in their retirement.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Right.
And if you're not, then that's the first sign you might need to change something up a little bit.
Don't worry, be happy.
Sing it for me. Are you going to sing the song?
Yeah, I actually collaborated with a book with Mr. Tom Hegna, right? Yeah. And now you folks remember, right? Don't worry, be happy. I mean, I can't dance, but anyway, it's the coolest jingle. And if you ever look at the words, it is really a cool song, right? But it's upbeat and happy, right? Yeah. And so I collaborated with Tom Hegna on this book called Don't Worry, Retire Happy, okay? And some great stuff in here.
We could use that these days.
Absolutely. Yep. And, you know, they say, they've done studies that people that have a guaranteed lifetime income, okay, like their Social Security, are happier people.
Really?
Why? Because they don't have to worry about it. They know it's going to be there.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, man.
You know, some of the chapters, look at some of these in here, okay? First thing is, what is your plan? We're talking about maximizing Social Security, protect your savings from inflation, all the things that we've been talking about.
Yeah.
Great book, and I'll offer it up in a little bit to the folks.
Yeah.
But one of the first things, Paul, is, do you have a plan?
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. Why is that important to folks to have a plan?
Think about it. If, let's say that you get on an airplane, right, and you're buckled in, getting ready to go, and the captain comes on and says, folks, welcome. We're so glad you're flying with us today. We don't know where we're going. We don't even know how much fuel we have. And I think there may be a little problem here with the engine. They're working on it right now. Well, what would you do?
I'd be raising my hand and be like, can I get off, please?
Off.
Yeah, right.
I ain't raising my hand. I'm getting off this plane.
He's going to go, right? That's beautiful.
So, I mean, you got to have a plan. If you ever seen a pilot, even a pilot that flies, you know, not commercially even, the planning they have to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you got to have a plan, folks.
Absolutely.
I used to do motivational speaking, and I used to talk about Alice in Wonderland, right? And Alice comes skipping down the path, and the Cheshire Cat's there, and there's multiple roads in front of her.
Yeah.
And she says to the Cheshire Cat, which road should I take? And he says, where are you going?
Yeah.
She says, I don't know. He says, well, any road will do. See, here's the thing, folks. You're going to end up somewhere. But is it where you really want to end up?
Well, that's
a plan is so important, folks. Yeah. And we'll do that for you. Complimentary, by the way.
Yeah. You know, I once read somewhere where there's 66 different topics to a proper retirement plan. And I just found that number to be mind-boggling to me. But you think about it, there's so many different aspects of our lives Lynn, that money touches, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, I mean, everything.
Do you know in Social Security, there's 158 ways to take Social Security.
158 ways
Think about what you, I mean, so, you know, this is complex, folks. I mean, let's put it straight out. When I go to this course from NSSA, I'm part of that organization. You'll see it on my website. By the way, check out our website, folks, at lssafemoney.com, lssafemoney.com. Lots of great material on there. But I'm NSSA certified, okay, and it's Social Security Association. I go off to a two-day class every year, right? And the book is like this. I mean, it's unbelievable.
It's like an encyclopedia.
Social Security and Medicare, it's unbelievable. So, but I have a team there that I can always go to and get help. Okay, I signed up for their services, right? Because it's so complex, right? So yeah, talking about things being having a plan, right? That's a big part of it, isn't it? Social Security.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned that. So you're telling me you can't answer the question, when is the perfect age to take Social Security? Well,
here's the thing. We do have software that we can put through and tell you exactly how to take your Social Security.
Really?
And it's funny. The first question I ask them, this is the craziest question. When do you think you're going to die? What?
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's an important data point.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we have to put something in. Now, typically, men, we know, I think it's 83, women maybe 87,
right.
Something like that today. Okay, women live longer, a little bit longer than men. Right. So we have to plan getting you there, right? When you think about a married couple talking about Social Security, a married couple, if they do live to that age that we, talked about there, 83 and 87, right? Mm-hmm. That's over $1 million. That's $1 million of money that we need to think about maximizing and how we put it together.
Absolutely.
Because again, there's 158 ways to take it.
Right.
So we have to help you do that. It's part of that plan, but the plan, Paul, back to the plan. It's so important, folks. We've got some software called Wealthy and Wise. And if you want us to, we will do a complete plan for you. It'll show you everything. Take inflation, take into account taxes, right? So security, we'll take all that in. And it's a beautiful, probably one of the best software packages out there that we use. And it'll give you a complete plan.
Wow.
And make sure your money's going to go the distance with you and how much you're going to get. Takes your RMDs into account, the whole thing. So if you are interested in that, folks, we do a complete complimentary plan for you.
Good stuff. I was going to ask you about that. So what do you say to the folks out there, hey, Lynn, I've got a plan right now, but what are some of the circumstances I need to look out for? What changes could happen in my life to make me basically need to alter my plan, right?
Well, I mean, think about it. I mean, first off, it's always good to get a second opinion. Would you agree?
Yeah, well, absolutely.
Right?
About everything.
And now, what do we have now? I mean, we've had a good, 12, almost 13 years.
Yeah, the market's done great.
Good run, okay? But what is happening now with inflation at 8.5%? Was that in your plan when you started?
No.
Probably not.
Absolutely not.
Thinking about the rates going up. The Fed's going to continue to bring these rates. They're going up. I mean, they got to get control of inflation. It's terrible.
It's crazy.
And so what is that going to do to your bond market, your bonds?
Going to drop like a rock.
There's a change.
Yeah.
We got to talk about that.
Yeah.
So those are the things that we want to look at now with the plan. I think it's very important to really have a second opinion and get another plan for today's, economic conditions.
For all the changes. It's interesting that you didn't mention that inflation. I mean, a lot of companies assume a 4% inflation. Right. But boy, we're talking, I'm hearing like 10%.
Well, if you really get down to the real, it's about 10%.
Yeah. And is it true, they've taken some key expenses, everyday expenses, out of the inflation factor as it is, right? Which basically makes that number a little bit misleading.
Yeah.
Things like gas or
food. Well, if you think about it, Paul, we talk about taxes, right?
Yeah.
Are taxes going to go up? Huh? What do you think?
Well, sure.
We're already being taxed.
Yeah, right.
It's a tax.
Sure.
Gas is up, right? Food's up. I mean, steak. You try to buy a steak.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Well, let's talk about all the different things they do tax, right? Your cell phone, gasoline, food, name something that's not.
Yeah.
I think I read an article the other day, Lynn, it was, people up to 60% of your income can be taxed.
Yeah.
That's a huge number.
Well, a big number.
So let me ask you about that while we're talking about it then. So what's some of the differences and why should people consider, changing their mindset away from tax preparation to tax planning and strategies, right?
Well, we have a CPA on board with us. She's one of our co-founders, 𝘁࿬𝗻𝗻𝙗.
Yep.
And so we do work with folks to strategize on how to get them over into this tax-free bucket.
Tax-free.
Tax-free bucket, all right? There is a way to do it. Now, typically, if you have a pension, it's very hard to do that, right? You're probably not going to get to zero taxes, but we can certainly mitigate taxes. Typically, we'll bring your taxes in half, okay? But we have a lot of clients, Paul, that we do get them to zero taxes in retirement.
Wow.
We get them off that IRS radar screen, but there's certain strategies that we use to get you there. One of them is Roth conversions. Right, moving some of your 401k monies over into a Roth. Okay, because the thing that's tax-free is Roth, anything Roth, and life insurance. And we designed that totally different too, by the way. So that is, and I will bet you that the majority of financial advisors who want to keep you in the market, because that's their rice bowl, have not even thought about that kind of thing. Right? That's the kind of thing we want to make sure we get in your plan.
Yeah. So let's say folks out there are saying, hey, I need some of that in my plan, Lynn, right? What do they need to do today? Can they reach out and call you?
Yeah, just give me a call and come in and see us, all right? Today, I mean, look, we'd love to have you come in and see us, right? But with COVID, we learned that we have to do Zoom calls. And you know what? Folks have taken to it. It's amazing to me. So, that's part of it. If you like a Zoom call, that's fine too, whatever. But just get in touch with me. Just call me at 844-299-0355, folks. That's 844-299-0355. And I will do a complimentary plan for you at no charge. Other investors or financial advisors will charge $1,500, $900. We do it complimentary. Just come in and see us.
That's incredible stuff. Lynn is willing to invest in you. Time, resources, experience. What will you invest in you? A phone call. That's the thing that brings about change. You taking action. 844-299-0355. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after these short messages.
As a good saver, you've been putting away money during your working years. Studies find that the biggest fear of retirees is running out of money. Market volatility isn't just the downward movement of stock prices, it's the size and frequency of change. The more dramatic the ups and downs, the higher the volatility. This can put savers who are newly retired or a few years away from being retired at greater risk. Today's generation of retirees is not receiving traditional pensions as our parents or grandparents did. Instead, we have retirement accounts such as 401ks or 403bs. These accounts typically expose your money to market risk. The last thing you want right before retirement is to lose a portion of the money you need for income. But how do you turn these accounts into a retirement income? Is it safe to keep all your retirement money sitting in the stock market? The last thing you want is to lose a portion of the money you need for income due to market loss. By working with a financial professional, you can learn how to turn a portion of your savings into an income stream for life and income for the life of your spouse if you're married. We all have moments in our lives when we wish we had taken action sooner. Don't let procrastination reign on your retirement parade. Act now before it's too late. Please call our office to set up your no-cost, no-obligation retirement income review today.
Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Talk Safe Money. Again, I'm your host, Paul Gebhard. Thank you so much for being with us today, and a special thank you to our guest, Mr. Lynn Strickler.
Great to be here.
Yes. Ellis Financial in Greater South Florida. You know, I wanted to, get into this second book, because here's an interesting part. I mean, I know you like to write. You're an avid writer. You're a big believer in education.
Absolutely.
You believe that education is the key to change,
well,
right?
Absolutely it is. Absolutely. And we want to educate. That's part of what we do. Our website, lssafemoney.com. All right, it's lssafemoney.com. Great educational resources on there, folks. But yeah, I want to make sure, Paul, that folks know exactly what we do and how we do it.
Yeah.
Okay? We're simple here.
Yeah,
we don't KISS principle.
I love it. You're transparent. You're direct. Yeah. So I got to ask you, because I love the topic of this book. Yeah. Paychecks and Playchecks.
Yeah, this one here.
What do you mean by that?
This is fun with Tom 𝙭. By the way, he's on my video. Yeah. He's on my website all over. But the guy's a great guy. He's an economist and a great writer. But this is Paychecks and Playchecks, right? And interesting story. Shaq O'Neal, right, when he came into the league, right? Yeah. And there was an article, I think it was Bloomberg magazine, one of them, back in 2016, I believe it was. Yeah. Anyway, he had a really smart financial advisor. And he said, Shaq, here's what we're going to do. We're going to buy a guaranteed lifetime income annuity for $1 million every year. Now, if you go down and get hurt, you lose your endorsements, we're going to have your paycheck taken care of. We're going to take care of the base. All of your expense, anything that you need, right? We're going to make sure that that's coming in, period.
No matter what.
With guaranteed lifetime income. And Social Security is nothing more. You know, people call me up and they go, well, I hate annuities. Annuities are bad, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, hold on a minute, sir. Let me ask you a question. Do you get Social Security? And yeah, sure. Yeah. Well, I want you tomorrow to call Social Security up and tell them to take that check back, because you don't do annuities in this house. Right? Yeah. It's an annuity. It's so true. That's all it is.
Well, in lawsuits, most lawsuits are paid that way. Same lottery is paid through annuity.
Yeah. So annuity's been around forever, way back. I mean, I'm talking way back.
Way back.
So but there are some bad annuities. So you got to be careful, and you got to make sure that you get the right design. Now, paychecks. Right, that's what we want to get. Make sure your paycheck, and so he did that, and Shaq says probably the best thing he ever did. Now, if you know Shaq, he's a really astute businessman. He's got a lot of businesses, and he's very successful. Yeah. But part of his whole thing was making sure he had his paychecks, right? That's smart. And then after that, you do your paycheck. We're not against the market, right? Yeah. But we're saying to you, look, we got to get in retirement some of this money safe, and it's coming in. And after that, hey, you want to play in the market? Well, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it safe.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's do the right things, but we'll help you with that as well. So that's what we do. You know, this book is interesting. Some of the titles in here, right? We talked about what happened to happily ever after. Right?
Yeah, no kidding.
Here's annuities. Insure your investments.
Insure
your investments. That's really yeah.
That's an interesting topic.
It is interesting.
What specifically you mean?
Well,
by
I mean, when you have an annuity, if you take and have your 401k,
yeah.
right, and we're able to move that over, right, into that tax-free bucket, into a Roth annuity, with the Roth around it, right? All right, so now you've insured that money. That money's going to come in tax-free.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd insure your car. You'd insure your house.
Absolutely.
Insure a business.
Why not insure your money?
Retirement.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's a great topic in here. Life insurance, we turn it upside down. The miracle money machine.
Yeah.
You know.
I want one of those.
Another big one here that we talk about, Paul, is, and I've shared this with you and my wife, we talk about long-term care.
Yeah.
That we have to take it off the table. We've got to cover it. So that's all. But there's some great topics in this book, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to give these books out in a minute.
Oh, no kidding. Well, I can't wait for that part of it for sure. You know, you mentioned long-term care. You talked about longevity a little bit, people living longer. We've discussed that.
Right.
Estate planning, we know that's an important aspect of it. For folks that want to leave a legacy, how important is them to consider having an estate plan?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we have an attorney they're kind of we'd say an alliance, kind of, but not a partnership, but an alliance. Yeah. And she'll come out with us. We've known her for 20 years, and she'll come out with when we do our workshops and whatnot, we'll let her come up and do a segment. But yeah, I mean, the whole key is this. You think about, here you are, you and your wife, okay? And here's this big valley here, right? Yeah. And over here on this side is your kids and your house. Yeah. Now, how do you get the monies, and the money's over here, how do you get that money over here to where you want it to go?
How do you build a bridge?
Build a bridge and not go into probate. You don't want some judge or some attorney appointed by the court to tell where your money's going to go.
Right.
So you need to have a trust, okay? You need to have a will inside a living trust. Okay? And that trust will basically point out how you want that money to go, where you want it to go, when you want it to go.
Wow.
I had a couple call me a couple weeks ago, and they said, Len, if we build this trust, can we, I don't want to give all the money at one time to my two daughters. Okay. I said, well, of course, in the trust you just, and I did this with my boys. Basically, when you're 18, you got to go to college. Now, we're going to pay for college, but if you get anything less than a C, you're on your own. I mean, that's what I did.
You gave a guideline, yep.
And then when you get out of college, I'm going to give you a little bit of money to kind of get started.
Yep.
So that's a time frame I'm going to do it, right? When you're in your 30s, you may hopefully maybe have kids, a house. I'm going to give you a little more. And then by 35 or whatever, I gave the rest. But you can do that inside a trust, which is a beautiful thing. You can tell where you want to go. I had one lady, this is a true story. She loved cats. True story. She had one cat called Joey, and it was a girl. Yeah. And I went over to her house and did a financial plan, my partner Art and I, right? And that cat was the most. I've never seen a cat like, I swear.
Super affectionate.
Come up, it would lick you. I mean, cats usually are mysterious.
Sure. Very aloof.
Anyway, she had about 6 or 7 cats.
Wow.
That's just a true story. She's going to leave money to the cats.
She's leaving her estate to her cats. Wow.
Are you kidding me?
That's love.
Now, she had a lady that she appointed, but that money was going for their care. They were going to be taken care of, any vet. It's like.
But she had it all planned out.
Whatever. But she had a plan.
Back to the plan again,
right.
Len? Yeah. So let's say folks out there, maybe they have a plan, maybe they don't have a plan, but what do they need to do? I mean, I understand you have a wonderful offer for them if they reach out.
Yeah.
Would you share that with the good folks?
Absolutely. Yeah, folks, just reach out. And, if you come in, see us, or you want to do a Zoom call, whatever, just give me a call at 844-299-0355. We'll be more than happy to work with you. We can do the complete plan. We can do it a couple of things. Many of my clients come in and they say, Len, I just want to understand annuities. I'm looking for an annuity, and I want you to show me the scorecard. And I'll show you the scorecard, fixed index annuity. Okay, we'll show you the 4 top ones. Some say, Len, I really want that income analyzer. I want to go the distance. I want my money to go there. And then others say, Len, I need a complete plan. folks, we'll do all of that for you. It's all complimentary, whatever your needs are. Okay, it's your money, not my money, it's yours. And so we want to make sure that we help you with your goals. So give me a call. And listen, I like to do this. The first 10 callers that call in, I'll send you either one of my books. The one that you may want to dance with this one, Don't Worry, Be Happy, or this one here, Paychecks and Playchecks. Love to get them out to you, but you got to give me a call.
Yeah, good stuff. Give them a call. Hey, Don't Worry, Retire Happy. Yeah. I love that. That's a great title. And the bottom line is you should be happy. I mean, that's what this is about. You know, you worked your whole life to save this money. Now what? It's a business. Your retirement's a business. What's your plan? Pick up the phone. Give Lynn and his team a call. 844-299-0355. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after these short messages.
When was the last time you saw your financial professional? Are you getting the most out of the strategy that was created for you? Although you've done a great job finding someone to help plan for your future, are you 100% sure that you were given the right strategy? We can help answer these questions and more with a complimentary second opinion evaluation. We will take a look at what you have in place and then help determine if you're well positioned to get the most out of your future retirement income. In the event that it is not, we can help by making suggestions and showing you how to get on the right path. You wouldn't get just one opinion when it comes to a major health decision, so why would you treat your most important financial decision with such disregard? Call today for your no-cost, no-obligation second opinion evaluation to see if you're getting the most out of your retirement income plan.
Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Talk Safe Money. I'm your host, Paul Gebhard. Again, thank you so much for being with us today. And again, Lynn, thank you, Mr. Lynn Strickler, LS Financial.
Pleasure.
I just can't get enough of you, man. You have some of the best stories. And, you know, I'm a big believer in nobody cares what you know until they know that you care. I believe in that.
Yeah,
it matters.
I do too.
I have folks reach out to me and they say, Paul, you know, how do I know? You know, how do I pick a good advisor?
Right.
Man, it starts out with somebody who cares. You know, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's a red flag if somebody doesn't know your name. I mean, how can they know your plan, your goal? They don't even remember your name.
Or haven't called you back.
Haven't called you in months, weeks, whatever it's been, right?
Yeah.
And life changes. It's constantly changing. So I just think it's important that you have somebody takes the time to get to know you and what your goals are. And that being said, I love your stories because I think stories are relatable. I think most people agree.
Yeah.
And that's the key. In any relationship, it's based on the word relate.
Absolutely.
If people don't relate to you, they can't help you.
Right.
That's just the way it is.
Well, people buy from people they know, like, and trust.
Absolutely right.
And that big word you said earlier is trust.
Yes.
You know, and trust is earned.
Yes, right? Absolutely right.
And that's why we try hard to educate, take our time.
Yes.
You know, we want folks to know exactly what we do, how we do it, right? And then we want to give them their goals. This is their money, right? And we got one shot at this, folks, okay? And we don't have a lot of time left.
Yeah, true.
So we want to get it right. And so, we're really passionate about that whole thing of trust.
Yeah. Let me ask you about running out of gas in the desert.
Oh my goodness!
What's that all about?
Well, you know, when we talk about longevity, right? And the fact that one of the top things in all the surveys that retirees are worried about, keeps them up at night, is will my money go the distance? Do I have enough money to get there? I don't want to be a burden to my kids. I don't want to, you know, what am I going to be in? Some kind of home somewhere, you know? So what we do, we were in Vegas, me and about three other buddies, and true story. And so we decide we want to go into the desert. I said, I've never seen the desert. I mean, you know, what's out there? You know, you're younger, you know, crazy.
Sounds like sand to me.
Yeah, right.
And cactuses,
you know, there's got to be something out there, man. I want to see what it is. Yeah. And so anyway, we get a van and we take off, right? And we're happy. And we're just, you know, it's like,
listen to the music. Yeah.
We're just having a good time, right? And we're rolling along. And I mean, you're right. There's not much out here, guys. This was stupid. And then all of a sudden, one of my buddies looks down at the gas tank. Hey guys, we only got a quarter tank of gas left. Whoa!
What?
And we're a ways out, right? And then my other buddy sees a sign that says, "Next gas station, 100 miles."
Oh no!
We're done.
Oh,
we're not going to make it.
Yeah.
Now, thank goodness, and we did have to spend some time in the heat.
Yeah.
But thank goodness, and back then, you know, we didn't have all these smartphones and this and that. I don't know what they call them, the Road Ranger or whatever. They kind of luckily, on this long stretch, he came by within about an hour. We were dying.
Yeah.
And he got us, hooked up, right? But the story is this. Folks, are you going to run out of gas? Do you know if you've got enough gas in that tank to go the distance, right? Or are you going to be one of these folks that ends up saying, oh, no, I've only got a quarter tank of gas left, right? And I got more years to go. I got another 100 miles to go.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure that with our income analyzers that we do for folks, right? That it's a complimentary, that we make sure we show you, will your income go the distance? And if it's not going to go, where are the gaps? Where did you run out of gas? And then we want to fill that gas tank up, right? We want to make sure we fill the gaps for you.
What about folks, Lynn, that may feel like, oh man, I've already kind of made a mistake and didn't take care of that. I probably have a gap already. Probably not much Lynn can do for me. What do you say to that, Lynn?
Well, first off, I say, you really don't know. Because first off, we're professionals. This is what we do for a living. Now, you may have been a fireman or a policeman or had your own consulting firm, whatever. But you didn't focus on this, right? I say it's never too late. That's me. I'm a guy of hope. You know me.
I love that, yeah.
And I say, look, come in, folks. Come in and let's see what we can do, okay? Because if you have some money. Now, look, if you don't have any money, I can't help you.
There's not much you can do.
Not much I can do, right? But if you've got, a couple $100,000, or maybe you got something in a 401k or a 403b or whatever, come in and let's see what we can do. We can maximize that money. We can let it go further.
Optimize it.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, my friend, we've run out of time again today. Would you remind the good people out there what you're offering when they reach out today?
Yeah, folks, if you reach out to us, just call me. I personally take all the calls. It's 844-299-0355. That's 844-299-0355. And again, the first 10 callers that call, I will give you one of the books, okay? I'll make sure if you come see me or give me a call and we do a Zoom, I'll make sure you get either Paychecks and Playchecks or my favorite song. And I'm not going to sing for you when you come in, but anyway, Don't Worry, Retire Happy, okay? We'll make sure you get that. And also my Safe Money Information Kit, right? And I also will send you 5 steps to a safe and successful retirement. I just got that book off the press that I wrote. So.
Good stuff. Listen, we know there's tough times going on out there. Now more than ever, it's time to bulletproof your nest egg. Make sure that it's safe and sound. Pick up the phone, give Lynn and his team a call. It's a complimentary review. 844-299-0355. We want to thank you so much for being with us today. Be well and enjoy your retirement.